pass, and the harvest gonna show up from it. Yeah. I done told you, I'm gonna tell you again. If it's gonna hurt somebody for you to do it, you might better pass on that. Tell the devil to give you a pass on that one. No, buddy, I pass on that. Yeah, you can keep that one. I pass on that. Now look at him. Now, I might struggle with smoking a cigarette, but that's hurting my lungs. That ain't hurting nobody else's. But you ain't gonna catch me in the bed with nobody's spouse. Lord, help me not to. Why? Because I got to hurt somebody for me to do that. If it's gonna hurt somebody, you better not do it. You better not do it. I'm telling you, it's gonna come back to see you. It gonna come back to see you. It gonna come like, and it gonna be like that song say, like a wrecking ball, baby. You gonna feel it. You gonna feel it. 2 Samuel chapter 12. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 1 says, and the Lord sent Nathan unto David. Here it comes. And he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city. The one was rich and the other was poor. But the rich man had exceeding many flocks and herd. He had a lot of stuff. But the poor man had nothing save his one ewe lamb, which he had brought and nourished up. Look, check it out. What's going on? Rich man and the poor man. Rich man got a whole bunch of stuff. Poor man ain't got nothing but one little old lamb. That's all the poor man got. One little lamb. But he brought it and he nourished it. And it grew up together with him and with his children, and it ate and did eat of his own meat and drank of his own cup and of his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. So, in other words, the poor man raised up this lamb and loved that lamb as if that lamb came from his loins, because that's all he had. He was already poor, didn't really have nothing, but that's all he had. So can I say something to you to help you out tonight? You better be careful what you're doing. If you got somebody running around and they crying and all this little kind of stuff about you done bust up their house and you did this and all this kind of stuff like that, come on, call your girl and let me know how that work out for you. Send me a message and I'll give you my phone number, because I want you to talk to me and tell me how that turned out for you. Since you think you can do it a little bit different than anybody else, call your girl and please let me know how that work out for you. You laughing now, but you gonna cry later. The prophecy is coming past right now. I'm putting it out there in the air right now. I'm decreeing it. But baby, the seed, the time, and the harvest gonna come see you. Watch what I tell you. It says now, he raised it as his daughter. Verse 4, he says, and there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take his own flock and of his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him. But he took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. Now check this out. You see what the Bible says right there? Somebody came journeying through town. And so now the rich man already owns a lot, but he took the poor man's lamb and killed it and dressed it to feed the traveler that was coming through. Now, why didn't you take some of your own stuff? Why did you have to take something that belonged to someone else that they cherished? I'm trying to help y'all tonight. You can stay out of a bunch of trouble. I try to stay out of trouble. Y'all think y'all can call me what you want to. They can say what they want to say about me. I don't care. Folks like, she be coming out too raw. Look, that's how I feel about that. I'm gonna stay raw because I'm gonna stay free. I ain't touching nothing. I ain't got no business. I don't want to be bothered with that stuff. I don't want to. This man, the rich man, done took this poor man's. He took his lamb and dressed it for the traveler. Boy, why would you want to get this man's lamb when you got your own stuff? What you doing? See, get your own stuff. You don't need to be messing with nobody else. Stick out them other folks' beds and stuff. You ain't got no business doing no stuff like that. Get out them people business and conversations. Leave that stuff alone. That ain't for you to do. Come out of that. He takes this and he done got himself in some trouble too. Let's see what the deal is right here. So this is Nathan talking to David, telling David he's giving him a parable. Is actually what it was. He was actually talking to him in the context of a parable. And so look at verse 5. It says, and David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. What are you mad about, David? It was greatly kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan, as the Lord liveth, that man the man that has done this thing shall surely die. Now this is what David says. He says, now what you mean to tell me? Now what? You say he did what? Oh yeah, he took the man's lamb and he killed the man's lamb, the only lamb that the man had. He killed that man's lamb and fed it to the travelers. So David said, no, he didn't. He said, no. I tell you what, that man is going to have to surely die. He's going to have to die. He did that. He has got to die. Y'all see it in the book. You reading along with me, ain't you? I done told y'all where to go in the book. I told y'all where to go read this at right here. Read along with me. Stay right here with me. We in 2 Samuel chapter 12. We just got through reading verse 5. So now let's go to 6. 2 Samuel chapter 12. Let's go to verse 6 now. And David says, and he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing and because he had no pity. Now you see what he's saying? He says, look, the man is going to have to die, and then he's going to have to give out of his own possessions fourfold of that he took from that man, from the poor man. That's what he's going to have to do. And he's going to have pity, which means that this man is going to be shameful for what he done. This man is going to have to wear the cloak. Can I help y'all tonight? If you don't mind allowing me to help you before I go to sleep tonight and rest my beautiful little head. If you don't mind, check this out right here. When he talks about he's going to have to, he said, because he had no pity, what he's saying is this man is going to literally go through an exposure. That's what's going to happen. And what he did not display in private, he's going to have to now be displayed in public. Y'all better understand what God is saying. He did not display no pity in private. So now he's going to have to display all of the guilt and the shame in public, baby, because it's going to come. He's got to restore fourfold. So they're going to have to see you have to restore and put back. Can I help y'all understand that? That's why you have to go apologize to people when you done did some stuff you ain't got no business. What that represent is that restoring fourfold, preach free. I'm going to tell y'all tonight just as sure as I can. I sure am. I'm coming through like a Mac 10, baby. And then I'm going to go in here and take a shower, and a night talk will help you get your Z's when I get finished. Watch this. Now check. So this is what he's saying to him. You didn't do this in private like you should have, because see, you should have told them no, you don't want to get involved with them when they done come up to you in private. But no, you was taking the phone calls. No, you was meeting in the alley in a dark place with them. See, and say, you was meeting with them. I got a meeting in the ladies' room. I'll be back real soon. See, you all cloaked up with him. And when you should have been saying no to him, he said he didn't show no pity at the time that he should have. See, listen, you got to understand, when some folk come to you, you don't need to necessarily pity them. You might need to pity the person that they're trying to dog out. Y'all all that thing. You gonna do this tonight? I sure am. You need to pity the person they trying to dog out. Okay, let me give you an example. I like to give natural examples so you understand, because Jesus taught in parables, and I'll talk in parable too, so you can get it. Okay, so say for instance, she's a married woman, right? And she contacts you in order to have, trying to get at you, or whatever the case may be. Now she's married and all, but she's trying to holler at you. Well, that is behind the scene. That's a private thing, right? That is going on. But so it's not so much of you having pity for her, but you should have pity for the husband that's at home that she's finna dog out, that she's attempting to dog out, vice versa. Or even it happens with the wife and the husbands too. Okay, so the husband tries to get at you. It's not so much of you having pity for him, even though there is an element of pity that needs to come to him, because you are a pitiful person when you cannot see the value of what you have. and cannot do things integrally or respectfully like they should be done. So you pitiful too. But you should not, their pity should be for the one that's at home, that's literally thinking that this person is faithful, literally thinking that this person is loyal, but they are not loyal. So that's where the pity should come in. He says, okay, so he didn't have no pity for him, so he's going to have to restore it to him fourfold. All right, so since you didn't have no pity for the woman, since you didn't have no pity for the man that was all both at home being dogged out, well, then it's going to come publicly out. Oh my God, something is going to happen on a public scale. You can bet your bottom dollar. I done told y'all, call me and let me know how that work out for you. Call me and let me know how that turn out for you. All of these bad folk that think you can turn the ways of God, all of these folk that think you can do some stuff and it ain't gonna happen to you. Oh baby, yes it is. Because why? There is nothing new under the sun, baby. Payday is still payday. Come back is still come back. Get back is still get back. Reap what you sow is still reap what you sow. Seed time and harvest is still seed time and harvest. Laugh now and cry later. Good turns to bad and bad turns to good, baby. Oh, you better hear what I'm trying to say to you. Oh, you better hear what I'm trying to say to you. I said good turns to bad and bad turns to good. You laughing now, having fun, shucking and jiving and all, baby. But call me and let me know how that turned out for you. If you ain't got my phone number, send me a message on Messenger and I'll give you my number and let you cry on my shoulder. Because I need to know, let me know how that turned out for you, baby. Let's read a little bit further. I'm going to come through here tonight, y'all. I'm going to come through here tonight. Behold, she comes. Yeah, behold, she comes. All right, so let's go a little bit further. He says in verse 6, he's going to cause him to restore it, he said, because he had no pity. Verse 7 says, and Nathan said to David, thou art the man. Look at that. Nathan said, David, you the man. You the man. Thus says the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. He says, and I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom. And I gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would have more given unto thee such and such things. Okay, so this is the Lord talking to David here. He says, boy, listen, I gave you so much stuff, but then you still wanted to get into something that you didn't have no business. Can I say something going back to verse 7? Verse 7 says, Nathan said to David, let me go ahead and say to you right now, somebody is going to confront you about it. I don't care how much you don't like it. And usually it's the person that you got a problem with. It's the person that you got an issue with. So for all of you that have an issue with Pastor Lee, every one of you that has a problem with Pastor Lee, you know, you don't want to deal with Pastor Lee, or you think you running around trying to figure out if you can dig up some dirt on Pastor Lee, because you don't want to hear it from Pastor Lee. Well, Pastor Lee gonna wait, baby, because she's Nathan and she's coming. You best to believe that she's Nathan and she's gonna tell you, you are the one. Yes, it is. You're the one. That's some of the reason why you don't want conversation, because you know I'm gonna tell you, you are the one. Yes, you're the one that is going to be punished. But I ain't finished. I'm gonna work the text a little bit more for you to understand. Somebody's gonna come to you about that mess. So it don't matter if you mad about, you know, it's somebody is gonna step to you about it. But it's time, you should celebrate the fact that somebody will step to you about it. Okay, then the next thing that you see in this right here is when he stepped to him, the Lord started talking to David, and he began to talk to David about everything that he had already decreed over David's life and all that he had bestowed for David. He says, listen, if it was just the fact that you was hot in your pants, all you had to do was say something to me. You know what I'm saying? I could have given you, more. He said, I would have moreover have given unto you such and such things. You didn't have to go sleep with somebody's wife. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to go kill a man just to be with him. I would have given. I need to help somebody tonight if they would just let me for a few minutes. I'm always getting in trouble when I come in here and sit down in this chair. I'm going to stop coming in here doing these nightcaps because I get in trouble. I got to sleep with my gun again tonight because I'm about to say some stuff. Lord have mercy. mercy. Look at here. He said, look, he tells him, he says, look, the Lord says, I would have given it to you, but you were just too out of control within your flesh. You were not concrete in what it was that I had set for you to do. Listen, people of God, let me tell you, you want to be solid as a rock when it comes to who the Lord has called and petitioned you to be, who he has chosen for you to be. You want to try to get as solid as you can, because what you got to understand is if there's any leaven, it's going to leaven the whole lump. I don't think y'all heard me. If there's any leaven, it's going to leaven the whole lump. You cannot pour some mud inside of